Okay, now, Luther, tell us what happened.
It was terrible. It was just terrible.
Oh, no, he's gonna cry.
Now, steady now, Luther. Tell us about it.
It was terrible. It was just terrible.
All right, fellow YouTubers, Kevin Gibbon back with you, and this week we're going to do my 2-minute review on The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. I just want to say that this film is very dear to me because it is the chief inspiration for my own Carl Vincent vampire hunter character. I don't want to go off on a tangent promoting my character, but I just want to say that because that's why I'm reviewing this film at this time, Halloween season 2020. Once again, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. Click the notification button down in the corner, and please let me know what you think in the comments section below. Did you like The Ghost and Mr. Chicken? Have you seen it yet? If you're a Don Knotts fan and have not seen this film, I highly recommend it. But first, a brief summary. From Wikipedia, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken is a 1966 American comedy horror film starring Don Knotts as Luther Heggs, a newspaper typesetter who spends a night in a haunted house, which is located in the fictitious community of Rachel, Kansas. The working title was Running Scared, and the title is presumably a humorous variation of the film The Ghost and Mrs. Muir from 1947. Luther is not taken seriously, being mocked by his peers when an assumed murder near the supposedly haunted house known as the Simmons Mansion was actually a local drunk who had been merely knocked out by his irate wife. The next morning, Heggs overhears full-time reporter Ollie Weaver making light of his mistake. Ollie happens to be dating Alma Parker, a young woman Luther has a crush on. While at work, asked to add some filler to the paper, Luther learns from the newspaper's janitor, Mr. Kelsey, who was the gardener at the Simmons Mansion, that the haunted house was the site of a murder-suicide committed by Mr. Simmons, who killed his wife with a bladed instrument before jumping to his death from the organ loft. Legend has it that the ghost of Mr. Simmons can still occasionally be heard playing the organ at midnight. The Ghost and Mr. Chicken was directed by Alan Rifkin with a screenplay by Jim Fritzl and Everett Greenbaum. All three men have been associated with the success of the Andy Griffith Show. Several players from the television series also appear in the film, including Lorraine Tuttle, Burt Mustin, Hal Smith, and Hope Summers. Viewers will also recognize several actors and actresses who had appeared or were then appearing on other sitcoms of the time. Most notably, Dick Sargent, who was Darren Stevens on Bewitched, the second Darren.
I'll never get over it as long as I live.
Hey, great opening line. I'll never get over it as long as I live. Okay, Luther, go on.
The movie boasts one of the largest collection of character actors and actresses assembled in a single movie. This film was produced by Universal Studios, which produced countless classic horror films. Knotts was best known at the time of the film's production for his Emmy Award-winning 5 seasons on the sitcom The Andy Griffith Show as small-town Deputy Sheriff Barney Fife. Andy Griffith, Knotts' co-star on The Andy Griffith Show, suggested expanding an old episode from the television series involving a deserted house, the old Rimshaw house, in the episode Haunted House.
Andy, look up there. That's old man Rimshaw himself.
Rimshaw?
Aired October 1963, in which Barney, Gomer, and Andy retrieve a baseball of Opie and his friend from the house. Interesting to note, the Simmons Mansion was located next door to the Munster Mansion on the Universal back lot. It appears without the fence in the opening credits of Munster Go Home, 1966. However, the Munsters' house doesn't appear in this film.
Them eyes in that painting, they're staring at us.
I don't see nothing so strange about it.
Prior to doing this film, Joan Staley had been a Playboy Playmate in 1958 and had played a minor role in the Elvis Presley-Barbara Stanwyck vehicle Roustabout from 1964. The depiction of a self-playing haunted organ was previously seen in the original version of House on Haunted Hill from 1959. And this film is definitely hilarious, probably one of the funniest that Don Knotts has ever done.
I have been called brave. What is brave?
He has a lot of great films, but this one is near the top of his best. He had good chemistry with the cast, having worked with them on television over several years prior to making this film. And it is the first, and I believe the only pairing of Dick Sargent, Darren Stevens, with Don Knotts, Barney Fife. And they had great chemistry together. Just check out this scene.
Lightning, thunder, zoom, down the coal chute.
I arrived at the house. Giving careful consideration to the most advantageous means of entry, I selected the coal chute.
Yes, you want to laugh riot? From beginning to end, this is it. The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. 4 stars from this movie reviewer. That's all the time we have for 2-minute reviews. I hope you had a good time checking out the video. Check out more videos on my channel. And I want to hear your comments. Did you see this film? Do you like The Ghost and Mr. Chicken? It's a really funny film. If you love Don Knotts, you're going to love it. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Check it out. And once again, that's all the time we have today. Hope you had a good time. Come on back next time. I'll review another movie on my 2-minute reviews.